The CIA tried to keep these secrets about Neville Goddard hidden, but in a Freedom of Information Act, all was revealed to the public. These are the Neville Goddard teachings that were influential in the Stargate project, which has helped us to understand how to experience and benefit from higher states of consciousness in our everyday lives. At first glance, this might seem like just typical manifestation talk, but it becomes strange when you can see the eerie similarities between what Neville Goddard was teaching and the CIA's understanding of how consciousness can be manipulated. Most people don't know that the CIA has actually experimented on people to understand more about consciousness, remote viewing, and reality manipulation. In the Gateway Process, which was a released CIA document in 1983, it discusses how the CIA was experimenting to understand more about how they can bend reality and manipulate the environment through manipulating people's perspectives and people's consciousness. And modern science today matches Neville's claims. Through experiments with quantum mechanics, scientists have been able to show that observation manipulates reality. The mind literally collapses probabilities into reality, which is exactly what Neville was talking about many years ago. So the deeper that you go with this, the more it becomes clear that Neville wasn't just preaching self-help information. He was actually tracking onto something very profound and that would serve as the basis for many mind control experiments moving forward into the future. But here's the scary part. If this information has been proven through CIA studies to have been effective, why is it that this information is not mainstream? This is when you need to ask yourself who exactly would benefit from the general population understanding this information. Well, most likely it's not going to be the people who are in power, because if we understood this information, if everyone understood this, then we would see the manipulation that is happening right now through textbooks that we're learning from as we are growing up, through mainstream media, through social media. There are many different ways that messages are being subliminally implanted into our minds to cause us to feel certain emotions and to act in specific ways. So the CIA has essentially been taking the work of someone like Neville Goddard and experimenting on people with it in order for the government to then use it as manipulation tactics for the general population who are not aware of this information I'm sharing with you. And I'm sure that if you were to look around you at the people who you know are not interested in learning more about this kind of stuff just naturally and inherently, you can see the ways in which the things that they talk about, the actions that they take, are largely influenced by these influences of our government. Again, through the textbooks, which all have to go through approval systems in the Department of Education, or the mainstream media, which is heavily influenced through advertisements from large corporations. So the large corporations will not pay money to the mainstream media unless they are displaying the types of messages that are supportive of these large corporations. And the same thing goes for social media as well. Look at what happened during that global illness that took place a few years ago, and for how much people were freaking out. Now, especially with the information that we have today about exactly what happened, it's clear that while what happened may not have necessarily fully been orchestrated, that it was utilized as an opportunity for more controls to be put in place. And the government, the media, also got the general population to begin fighting with each other to make it easier for these manipulation systems to influence the general population. This is the type of information that Neville Goddard knew about and that the CIA was trying to utilize against us, but the purpose of this video is to help you understand this so that you can stop yourself from being influenced and instead influence the outside world yourself. There is a powerful idea that most people are waking up and thinking that they don't even realize is happening, and it's causing them to be influenced by the outside world. And until they shift that thought and start having a new idea the first thing whenever they wake up, they will continue to be influenced in the same way that the CIA wants us to be influenced. And if you want to understand what that idea is, so that you can begin influencing yourself and the world around you in a way that's much more to your preference, in a way that you are much more aligned with, then watch this video right here. Subscribe to see more videos like this one, and until the next one, I love you all. Peace.